middle perfect. And even my socially awkward brother managed not to say anything weird in his best man's speech. Then it was time for the parent toast. My mom said some nice things that made me tear up a bit. Then Naomi stood up with her champagne glass, and I swear the temperature in the room dropped 10. She started by saying how surprised she'd been when Eden brought me home, called me unconventional compared to Eden's previous boyfriends, mentioned how Eden had always been attracted to ambitious men, implying I wasn't one the guests were getting visibly uncomfortable with people exchanging those yikes glances across tables. Then she dropped the line that's been playing on repeat in my head for months. This poor boy thinks he can provide for my daughter, please. She's just using him until someone better comes along. There was this horrible silence. Then Eden laughed, not a nervous laugh, not an embarrassed laugh, a genuine laugh like Mom had just told the funniest inside joke. I looked at Eden, waiting for her to say something to defend me, anything, but she just kept smiling at her mom with this look they've shared before, like they are the only two people in on some secret. My dad halfway stood up from his chair. He is old school and doesn't take disrespect well. But my mom pulled him back down. I just sat there, smile frozen on my face, as Naomi finished with some backhanded comment about enjoying the ride while it lasts before sitting down. The DJ, bless him, immediately cranked up the music and announced it was time for our first dance. Eden grabbed my hand like nothing had happened and pulled me to the dance floor. I was in shock, moving through the motions of our dance while my brain tried to process what just happened. Eden kept whispering about how perfect everything was and how happy she was while I nodded like a bobblehead doll. Later that night, back in our hotel room, I finally brought it up, asked Eden what her mom meant by toast. She rolled her eyes and said I was being too sensitive, and her mom just has a weird sense of humor that doesn't always land right. When I pressed her on, when she laughed, she got irritated and said she was just trying to smooth over an awkward moment. I let it drop because it was our wedding night and I didn't want to start our marriage with a fight, but something had shifted inside me, a doubt that hadn't been there before, or maybe it had, but it'd been ignoring it. The honeymoon in Puerto Vallarta was weird. Eden was all smiles and affection when we were taking photos for her Instagram, but distant and distracted. When we were alone, she was constantly checking her phone, and when I asked who she was texting so much, she'd get defensive and say I was being controlling. We came home and tried to settle into married life. That little seed of doubt kept growing. Eden started talking about buying a house right away in one of those gated communities on the north side, where all the doctors and lawyers live. When I pointed out we couldn't afford anything there, she said her mom would help with the down payment. Same story, different day. About 3 weeks after the wedding, I came home early because of a water main break at the job site. Eden didn't hear me come in because she was on the phone an hour. Drew, my was trying to eavesdrop, but when I heard my name, I froze in the hallway. She was talking to her mom, laughing about how David has no idea, and Jacob says the market is perfect right now, and something about establishing residency first, so the prenup doesn't matter. Jacob, her ex, the one she dated before me, who works in real estate, the one her mom always brings up as an example of Eden's usual type. I quietly backed down the hall, went outside, and then came in again, making plenty of noise. When Eden emerged from the bedroom, her phone was nowhere to be seen, and she looked flustered. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept replaying that converse in my head, connecting it to Naomi's wedding toast, to all the strange little moments that never quite added up. While Eden slept beside me, I used her thumb to unlock her phone. She never changed her passcode. After I caught her snooping through mine months ago, what I found made me sick. Texts with her mom, talking about the plan. Texts with Jacob were way too friendly for someone who is supposedly just